Hello and welcome to Quirky Cat Crafts. This is Sherry. Okay, guys, you guys, I'm working on gluing the green cat picture frame. I've already glued the mirror at the top. That is the 3-inch mirror that will be what the paw print, the impression of Gizmo's paw print, which is about 3 inches around. So it'll go on the mirror at the top. And I've just got a piece of sticky note on top of it so that you're not staring up at my camera and my ceiling fan. And then centered down here at the bottom is going to be the nameplate, but the glue is still drying on that. So we're just going to start in this corner and work our way up and then go from there. So, okay. All right. I guess I'm not quite as situated as I thought it was. Hold on. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I was supposed to be working today, and they had told me, because the driver that I usually meet up with was on vacation yesterday and today, and they had a driver filling in for him yesterday, so I actually did end up working yesterday. We didn't get near as much snow as what they had forecast, so I was able to work yesterday, but they did not have a driver to fill in for him today. So, and that being the case, I am home, which kind of stinks, but kind of doesn't. So we're working on getting this glued. And while I'm gluing, I'm going to chit chat with you guys about something else that's going on. So those of you that have been following me for a while know that for about 2 years now, I've been looking to potentially buy a house. If I could find one that was, sorry, there's a Garfield cat hair on my paintbrush. You know, that was what I was looking for and in my price range. And I've had several times where I have found a house that I liked, and like I wasn't even able to go look at it, and it would already be pending sold, because the price range that I am looking in is unfortunately low enough that investors and property management people and probably some slumlords, not that I look at houses that are in slumlord type neighborhoods, but they're getting purchased like sight unseen. Like the day they get posted out there as, you know, available for sale, they're being sold that quickly. So it has been very frustrating for me. And so I don't know, it's just really kind of demoralizing and frustrating and stressful, because my rent has gone up again. And then I'm also arguing with them because they want me to sign the lease renewal that is indicating an extra $20 a month for renter's insurance that they provide. But you have the option to have your own, which I do. I have my own through where my car insurance is. And so, and I've provided the proof of that to them. And then they told me, well, no, we have to be listed on there as, you know, a beneficiary or whatever. So I got that taken care of and got it resubmitted. But in the meantime, they are really pushing me to go ahead and sign the lease. And I'm like, I'm not signing a lease that is indicating that I am going to be paying more per month than what I'm actually going to be paying. So update the lease with the correct dollar amount, and then I'll sign it. Well, they have not done that yet. And because they keep arguing, saying that they'll just adjust the price in their computer system. But I'm like, yeah, but I'm not signing your computer system. I'm signing a legally binding piece of paper. So, and I said, I've watched enough Judge Judy episodes to know that that is never a good thing. So, So I'm arguing with them about that. And then yesterday, a house popped up available for sale that does need some work, primarily the bathroom. Which, to be honest, in looking at it, I had intended to, because it's a 3-bedroom and I don't need 3 bedrooms. So my intention is to convert the smallest bedroom into a much better bathroom, and then convert the existing bathroom into a laundry room, because the laundry room is currently in the basement, and it's a 2-story house, and I don't want to lug laundry up and down 2 flights of stairs all the time. So, and I have no idea what that would run me as far as the cost of that renovation. That would be something that, if it ends up that it's pending that I might be getting the house, then I'll have a contractor come in, because I've been told I have 10 days to back out of it. So I can have a contractor come in, do me an estimate, and then determine whether I want to go forward. And all of this is just based upon whether I actually even get to go look at the house before it sells. So, and like I said, I'm off today, but they did not have openings for me to, I'm going to need to trim off of this one, because this one needs to go over to line up. I wasn't able to go look at it today. It's in a different city. It's about an hour away from where I currently live. So I don't know. We're going to see how things play out. And I'm trying really, really hard to not get overly excited. But we're going to see how things play out here in the next few days in regards to that. The only other thing that is kind of a negative is that the garage is detached, but it is lined up where, like, basically you step out of the garage, you take like 3 steps and you're going into the kitchen. So I mean, not exactly what I want, but it's pretty good. So, and it's just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying really hard to not get overexcited, because I've been disappointed so many times. Sorry, my head's going to be in there for a second. So it's just, I don't know, you guys. It's really demoralizing. Literally 2 years that I've been, and like, I've only actually even been able to go look, like physically look at like maybe 4 houses. That's how quick they're selling. And I've never bought a house before. I lived in a house with a mortgage for 11 years while I was married. And I did not find out until after he asked for the divorce that, despite the fact that I signed the paperwork to have myself added to the mortgage, he, apparently at the advice of his parents, who did not like me, did not turn it in. So then when we divorced is when I discovered that basically I got no credit for that 11 years of paying on that mortgage. So, learning experience for me. Not a good one. Sorry about my head. That is a whole lot of extra space there. Do I have a wider piece of... No. Well, I'll just put something in that gap. But anyway, so I don't know. We're going to wait and see how this plays out, but I don't know. All right, hold on. I'm going to hold off on gluing that piece until I see how the next 2 pieces line up, because I might need to cut a bigger piece of that. And that is what's great about the filler tiles, that can be cut down later. because those of you that have done mosaics or have seen me glue mosaics know that quite often the spacing just really kind of goes out the window when you start gluing. And I know there's some people that when they make mosaics, they don't worry about that. They just glue it, and just they don't worry about placement, and it comes out just fine. But my OCD won't let me do that. I have to know the plan, y'all. Gotta know the plan. So but anyway, so y'all send some happy, possibly buying a house vibes my way, will ya? Excuse me. Because since I'm recutting this, maybe I'll just flip it. Nope, still needs trimmed. Maybe I'll go down with it and go up with this. No. What is happening? No, I just need to trim a little bit off of this one. Anyway, let's see. Looking to see if one side might be a little crooked, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, that's good. And then I'll put a strip of bling in there. Anyway, so that's what's going on with me. I'm trying not to get overly excited. Okay, we'll go ahead and go over and do this corner. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see how it plays out. I don't know. I just know that another year or two, and I'm not gonna be able to afford the rent. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, my rent was $11.95 a month when I moved into this townhome in 2019. And now it's $17.15. So it's gone up on average about $100 a year. Which, if cost of living bonuses and increases went up that much, then I'd still be breaking even. But my cost of living increase equals about $30 a month. And when your rent goes up $100 a month, that isn't gonna cut it. So anyway, and I've just been a ball of financial stress for a couple of years. That's part of the reason I started this YouTube channel, was in the hopes that there might be enough interest for me to be able to monetize it, but there aren't enough of us mosaic makers out here. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers before I could get a couple of cents for like the ads that play or whatever. And don't foresee that happening. And I've been told by other YouTubers, well, you know, start doing jewelry or sculptures or, you know, do a different craft, add other stuff in there. And I don't have the time, the inclination, or the interest. Just want to make my mosaics. So I've kind of decided that this is not going to be a money-making option for me. So, sorry, gotta scooch everything over because this is supposed to line up with the corner. There we go. Anyways, so speaking of money, I don't remember if I said this on the last video or not. And if I did, I apologize, but I'm going to say it again. I am selling my Sculpey 3 clay. I had an overabundance of it. I don't use it as often. It works fine. You just can't trim it after you bake. And you guys know I like to be able to trim tiles down. So it's not that it is not good for mosaic tiles. It is. It just needs to be tiles that you are not planning on trimming down after baking because they don't trim. They crumble. So I was going to sell it. And I had a lady between December and now that she had committed to buying it 4 times and then ghosted me. Which is really very, very, very rude and disrespectful. Like, I've packaged it up to send to her. And then I'm like, yeah, you know, and then a week goes by and I'm like, hello, I haven't got the payment. Are you still wanting it? And then I don't hear anything for a while. And, you know, a couple weeks goes by and then she'll be like, oh, I got so busy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll send you the payment this week. And then no payment. So then I send her messages, or, you know, do you want this or not? And no response. And it's just very irritating. And I know what you're thinking, that I should just be like, I'm done with it. But she was going to buy all of it, supposedly, for like $250. So I was just going to, you know, get it gone all in one fell swoop. But I am to the point now where it's just like, yeah, obviously this isn't going to happen. So I want to trim a little bit off of this one because I want to slide everything down a little bit. So I don't know. If I end up getting this house, it's not move-in ready because of the bathroom. The bathroom is an issue. So it would be a situation of I would have to probably stay here a couple of months and go month to month, which is like an extra $250 a month. And I could probably swing that for a month, maybe 2. But hopefully it wouldn't be much more longer than that. Yeah, so like I said, I got sidetracked. And then there's apparently like a second living room on the main floor, because I was very confused because it said 3 bedrooms. But there's in the pictures, there's obviously a 4th because it's a completely different bed, different flooring, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, so is it a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom? And apparently on the main floor, there's like a second living area, like an addition on the back of the house that they use as a bedroom. And that makes me happy because I don't need 2 living rooms. I don't need like a formal living room and then a family room. And since it's on the back of the house and it connects to the kitchen, I'm already looking at that as creating like a mudroom, pantry, you know, put a chest freezer in there, and then a half bathroom, because there is only the one bathroom, which is up on the second floor. And I'm not going to want to have to run upstairs and downstairs every time I have to go to the bathroom. I really wanted, you know, single floor living, but, you know, have to decide what I'm willing to kind of give a little bit on and what I'm not. So, all right. So here's the, yeah, no, we're okay. So, nope, that slid. Hang on. So there's the mirror with his name. I did end up going with a couple of gemstones instead of doing these two different colored glitter tiles. I went with gemstones instead. I don't know why. They fit and I liked it better. I don't know. Just because. How's that for an answer, right? So let's go ahead and get that glued in so that I can turn the frame. Anyway, okay. So yeah, so upstairs is, okay, first of all, there's built-ins in all of the bedrooms. And the biggest bedroom is like 20 feet by 12 feet. And it's got one whole wall is floor to ceiling built in. So you know I'm looking at that as my new craft room, right? You guys know that. And then there's two other bedrooms. One's like 12 by 12, which is pretty much what my bedroom here is that I use for a bedroom. And then the other one is like 10 by 10 or 10 by 9. And so depending on how they line up, you know, where the walls are and all that kind of stuff, I'm thinking the 10 by 10 bedroom becomes a bigger, nicer bathroom. And then the existing bathroom, which is really teeny tiny and has to be completely gutted anyway, turn that into the laundry room. So that's what I'm thinking. And then, like I said, if I can find a way to add a half bath to the main floor, I'm pretty golden. So, and trying not to overthink and trying not to get too excited and trying to, you know, be realistic in that things don't tend to happen the way that I want them to. So, although I am a very firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So, any house that I ended up not getting, I tell myself that it's probably got all kinds of issues. So, I am adding 2 more little mirror tiles, and I just had these little like silver paw print stickers. Since this is mirror and this is mirror, so I'm adding one on this side and one on this side. So what I'm going to do is cut down this piece. Well, not cut it down. I'll find a smaller one in my stash. So, but I need to decide which side I want it on. And I'm going to stand up and see if I'm in the shot enough so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Hang on. Yes, okay. So this is where this tile was. So I don't want to put the mirror tile on this side because I already have a narrow tile here. So I want to break it up visually. So I'm going to put it on the inside. Nope. I'm actually rethinking again. I think I want to put it here. And I'm going to cut a new piece of this to go all the way down. So it'll be, a long green strip and then the paw print and then a smaller gray. Does that make sense? So that being the case, let me get into my box of these and see what I have that's already. Like I want this like this, and then like that, and then this will go all the way down. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Either that or I'll add another little piece of the silver leafing in here. but it's paw print, and I've already got paw print here, 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 and then here. So yeah, so we're just going to need a longer piece of this green. So we're going to do these two pieces, and this is crooked, so I need to straighten it up. Anyway, and God bless my realtor, who is a lovely, lovely lady, and she actually lives further away from where this house is than I do. So she's going to have a longer drive. But the last time we went and looked at a house in Topeka, which is where I'm from, that's where all of my family is. I moved to Kansas City to be closer to work so that I didn't have that long of a commute. But now that it's becoming ridiculously expensive to live up here, and finding houses that are reasonably priced in the bigger city, Kansas City, just isn't happening. So, and obviously I don't mind driving. I'm a truck driver, so. And to be brutally honest, if they don't give me the pay increase I asked for, I'm going to be looking for another job anyway. And if I end up with the house, then that just means I'll be looking in Topeka. So, as I said, everything happens for a reason. So, we're going to see how things play out. I'm not putting glue on the back of the mirror because it's adhesive anyway, so with the glue down here, it's sufficient. Oops, went a little crooked. And then this goes above it. So, you know, am I looking forward to moving? Not so much. But you know, here's the other thing is that, you know, days like today, where I end up not working, there isn't anything for me to do. There isn't anybody up that I could just be like, hey, I got canceled, I'm going to come over and visit, right? It doesn't happen. So, I think I need to get, sorry. Ugh. Oh. Wait a minute. I might already have a piece that'll work. Hold on. Come here, you little. Come here. There we go. Let's see. It's crooked. It needs straightened up. I go this way with it. Nope, it's crooked. Okay. So the other thing that's going to be coming soon to you guys is, as I said, I'm selling off some clay and stuff, but I have some Fimo, and then I've got some of the Michael's Craft Smart brand, and then I've got some of the Sculpey Bake Shop, which I was getting at Walmart, and that was back in the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with it, it just doesn't trim well after baking, but it's not likely to sell, so I'm kind of thinking that I might start using bricks of that for filler options, and also for hand painted, because like With these hand painted, that's green clay, right? I did the wavy lines. I painted every other one with a black paint pen and then silver Sharpie for the lines. Very quick, very easy. And so I thought about doing some of those clay colors, especially because there's a lot where I only have like one brick. And, you know, bake them all up and add them to my stash. You guys know my tile stash. It's kind of out of control, but it's always good to have options. You know, in the beginning, I used to have to make every single tile. Including all the fillers. But now I have such a good stash of, you know, tiles like this that it saves me a lot of time. So, and I have the space to store it and the method to store it. So I asked this in the last video. I didn't get any comments. I'm going to ask it again in this one. If I was to do a video of a whole bunch of craft supplies and storage methods for sale, is that anything, you know, my themed buttons, I have a whole bunch that I want to sell. Is that something anybody would be interested in? You know, before I take the time, inquiring minds want to know. So, especially if I'm going to hopefully be moving, the less I have to pack in order to move, the happier I'm going to be. So, I mean, I'm already thinking, like, what furniture am I going to take with me and what furniture am I not? So, primarily, really, the big thing I'm thinking on is my dining room set, which was my parents'. But it is so not my style. It's a very dark pine. And it's got a table, a pedestal round table that expands to, it's got 2 leaves you can add to it. It's got 4 regular dining room chairs, 2 dining room chairs with arms, and then what's called a deacon's bench. That seats another, you know, depending on if it's kids or adults, you know, 3 to 6, 3 to 5. Me and my 2 brothers and my 2 cousins used to sit on. That was what we sat on, because it was grandparents and 2 sets of parents that had the chairs, and then the 5 of us kids sat on the bench. So, but it also has a buffet and a china cabinet. And while the table and chairs are not in the best condition, the buffet and the china cabinet are, but they're also still that dark wood and everything. And it took me a few years after my mom passed away to get her china set from my stepfather. Long story. But I finally was able to get it. And it is nice to see it in the china cabinet that I saw it in, you know, growing up. So, I don't know. Guess I could get rid of the table and chairs and the bench and just keep the buffet and the china cabinet. And I've thought about looking into how much it would be to have them like stripped down and stained a lighter color. And that's an option also. So, don't know. But the table and chairs are pretty tore up. My little brother had the table for a while, and it was in his basement as a gaming table for Dungeons and Dragons. So, a couple of the chairs are damaged. The table's kind of wobbly. I don't know. I'm undecided. And I definitely need a new bed. But I don't know. So much to think about, you guys. My brain is about to explode. I just know that I'm really tired of being financially stressed. And if I can get a house where my monthly payment is $1,000 or less, that saves me, you know, $700 a month. That would be nice. I mean, if I didn't have this hobby and my boys, I would probably be back to living in the truck. Just tired of worrying about money. So, and it was just such a jolt when my rent went up $300 because it had not gone up for 2 years because of COVID. 3 years, whatever it was. And then my car died. And so I buy a new car. And literally 2 weeks after I bought the car and started having a almost $500 a month car payment, my rent goes up $300 and some dollars. So basically, combine those and that's like $1,000. So I went from having $1,000 extra every month after bills to having nothing extra every month after bills. So y'all know I don't do politics stuff on here, but the housing market is crap and the cost of groceries is crap. So this needs to go down a little more. There we go. I hear a cat. Who's in here and what do you want? Okay. I don't know why I don't like gluing. Gluing is goes so quick. Of course, it goes quicker when I'm sitting here chattering to you guys. So thanks for keeping me company, you guys. So, but back to my, see, all over the place with the brain. But yeah, I would like to take some of those bricks of clay and just make some filler out of them. Sometime when I want to be creative, but I don't have a project in mind. But I don't know. If things go my way, then you guys might not see me for a month or two while I'm, frantically packing and doing renovations and all that stuff. So wish me luck, you guys. That's all I ask for is a little bit of luck. So, be back nearer my family. I have 2 adult nieces. One has 2 children with a third on the way. She's actually due tomorrow. And the other has 1. And then I've got a younger niece who's 8 years old. So I would like to be, potentially back in range. So that on days like this when I'm not working, I can, call up various people and be like, what are you doing? Let's go grab a bite to eat. I want to come over and see the kids. Whatever. So, would not necessarily be a bad thing. That's all I'm saying. Sorry about my head. been kind of in a rut for a couple of years, and some change might be a good thing. Dagnabbit. Sorry for the sniffles. Yeah. There was actually another house yesterday that popped up, and I didn't even have time to, like, it had literally been posted for less than an hour, and it was pending. For sale, like, the purchase was pending. And I'm like, just seriously, you know? And, you know, maybe it's not the right time for me to be buying. Maybe I mean, I've even looked into, like, downgrading to an apartment, which, you know, come on, you guys. I'm like, really the only thing, two things that stopped me from that. One, having neighbors all around, you know. It's bad enough where I'm at now where I only have one shared wall. But the other thing would be lack of garage, or if there is a garage, it's not like you know, get out of your garage and walk into your kitchen. It's not like that, so. I don't know, you guys. Does anybody else struggle with decisions in regards to housing, or is it just me? All right, so we're going to turn this around. Almost done, you guys. How's it looking? What do you guys think? I think it's coming together. That's what I think. Let's just go from here. I have to call my bank first thing in the morning because I am supposed to find out if my pre-approval is conventional or FHA. And not only do I not know the answer to that, I don't even know what that means. Guess we'll find out in the morning when I call. So. That's enough of the jabbering about the house, but yeah, I'm excited about it. Like I said, I mean, you could tell from the picture, there's only the one bathroom. It's upstairs. It's really small. It's a weird layout as far as where, like, the toilet and the tub and the sink are. And so I was already planning on making changes to that before I found out that there's issues. So a couple of other issues. One is that it has a fireplace, but it's not a functioning, working fireplace. And I'm like, that doesn't bother me because I had no intention of ever having a fire going. So it's like display purposes only. I'm like, I don't care. That's fine with me. Wow, there's a lot of extra space here that I was not anticipating. So that'll be another strip of blingy bling. So, yeah, like I said, the biggest bedroom upstairs being 20 feet by something and has floor to ceiling, wall to wall built-ins, you know, that screams craft room. Absolutely. And then you guys will get an updated craft room tour if I get it and I get moved in there. I don't know if I will keep all of my oak furniture or whether that's going to go. Again, it's all decisions that depend on what ends up happening. I'll probably keep all this oak furniture. I got such a good deal on all of it. There's a couple of pieces that are very dresser-like that could go into other rooms. So, also on these hand painted. See how this one I put the black stripe up here and not at the edge? This one, same thing. The black stripe goes inside, not at the edge. Because otherwise when you're looking at it from a distance, it makes it look like there's a gap. So I have learned that. So this will be the same thing. Which way was this supposed to go? This way? Was it this way, you guys? Or was it this way? I think it was that way. And we've got 3 of our tiles. We're going to go up with these. I'm going to do this area last because I think it's going to get fudgy. So we're going to go down here. Got our little mousy toy. And our other paw print sticker. When I do make some more fillers, that stamp, I'm in love with that stamp. And I want to do that on a bunch of different colors of clay. And I've got silver, gold, and black ink. So, turn a little bit on. There's a piece that's just 4. That works. Son of a gun. We may end up with another little strip of blingy bling. Since we're going to have one here, and then there'll be one here, so. Okay. Next is this piece. Is this incredibly boring to you guys? I guess you could turn it off if it is. I just, like I said, here recently I noticed that it was just doing a lot of final reveals and not really a whole lot of the process, so. figured I'd do this. And then like I said, I want to make a bunch of random filler tiles. I'll do some stencils, I'll do some texture stamps, I'll do some geometric for hand painted. Yeah. So anyway. But once I get done with this, I'm gonna eat something, watch a little TV, and head to bed so that I can work tomorrow. Did I seriously just trim too much off of that? Son of a gun. That's all right. That's why I have more. We're going to hold off on that spot and go ahead and do this. Sorry, you guys. Six and 2. Okay, so we need right, and I just got to straighten up the edges. Sometimes if there's a pattern on it, it's better to look at the back because then you can see better where it's crooked. That doesn't mean you're more likely to cut a straight line, but it might help. Garfield's in here somewhere. I can hear him snoring. Sometimes I wonder if that's why I'm tired all the time. Because he always, and I mean always, sleeps on the pillow next to my head. Always. And it's always whatever direction I'm facing. So if I roll over, he gets up and goes to the other side and lays on the pillow on the other side of my head. And sometimes I wonder if that's why I'm tired all the time. Maybe he's disturbing my sleep, but not enough for me to realize he's disturbing my sleep. So I'm having serious issues trimming today, you guys. Seriously. No, we're okay. We're okay. It's all right, you guys. I feel like I need a bigger piece of this, though. Let me see, can I slide this over a little bit? And I know I said I was going to put bling in there, but I don't like to do bling next to a mirror. I think we're okay there. Because then this is going to go here and here. Interesting. If I go up and then I have a bigger gap. Maybe this was supposed to go this way. Yeah, I think it was. Were y'all screaming at me that I had it facing the wrong way? Because I didn't hear you. I have to decide, is it going to bother me to have a strip there and a strip there? I do have room to go down a little bit. And then I could have a longer strip or cut a bigger piece, which is probably what I'm going to do, because I didn't feel like that was really fitting properly in there anyway. All right, hang on. I'm going to line it up with the word meow. Taking a little bit off of this one. This is why I like to be able to trim after baking. Sometimes you just need to be able to take a scotch off. There we go. And then that'll go in there. And then a bigger piece of the green checkerboard here. Anyway, and then even though I'm doing this with you guys, like, I'll come back and do a final reveal. Got our kitty button. Oh, I started to say that earlier and got sidetracked. So yeah, craft supplies I'm looking to sell. Stamped, wood-mounted stamps, stamp sets, paper, clay, buttons, charms, jewelry pieces, that kind of stuff. So if anybody has any kind of an interest and wants to participate in me purging my craft supplies, you know, let me know, you guys. Because I'm happy to do it for y'all. But I don't want to take a lot of time undoing. I already did that once where I had a bunch of stuff packaged up for sale, and then it didn't sell right away, and then I ended up digging back into it for stuff, so then I changed my mind, and I put it back in my craft room, but I don't want to keep taking stuff in and out of my craft room. So, you guys let me know what you think. And if you're interested. And then we'll go from there. Because what did I have up here? I had, oops, this. And I decided I wanted to go. So, I might want to go this way. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. This is another one of my favorite stamps that was in my stash for years and years, and I never used it. It was part of a bulk purchase from somebody. And then I tried it out one day and fell madly in love with it, and now I use it all the time. Okay. And we need like 3.5-ish. If I do end up getting the house and needing to do a bathroom renovation, this is the time of year to do it. And contract work is slow on external stuff. And I don't need a big fancy schmancy bathroom. I just can tell you that what's currently there is not going to work. And I have no idea how much it would cost to, and if it's even possible to like convert a bedroom into a bathroom. I mean, like plumbing, running the plumbing that's necessary. I don't know how any of that works. I guess we're going to find out, maybe, if I get the house. And if not this house, if I find another house. I don't know. The other good thing about going back to Topeka is I know the neighborhoods. You know, I grew up there. So, like, I know what's a decent neighborhood for me to live in and what's probably not such a good idea. So, and up here in Kansas City, I have no idea. Not that it matters, because I don't really leave my house except for to go to work and the grocery store. So, take just a little bit more off of this. There we go. Okay. So if anybody has any experience with buying a house or bathroom renovations and wants to throw a little information my way, feel free to do so. Even though I don't, like, I don't know. Hold on, I gotta get some of this. Gotta get some of these crumbs out of my way. Into the trash. Move this frame. So we have bling. This is bothering me. It's crooked. Let's see. I don't mind a little crooked, but when it's a lot crooked, it bugs me. Much better. What am I going to eat, you guys? Got a little bit of leftover chipotle. I guess I could knock that out. Which I always get. Same thing. I get 3 burrito bowls. 1 chicken, 1 pork, 1 steak. And then I bring them home. And I dump them into 1 big bowl and mix it all up. And I don't get beans. I'm not an anti-bean person. I mean, they're just not my favorite. So, and I just get the peppers and onions and the tomato salsa. Okay, washing out the paintbrush. All right, so I would have a strip of bling there and a strip of bling there. Why are we still off on this spot up here? That's too small. I'm gonna fix that. Hold on. I feel like the cat needs to slide over a little bit. Bling, bling, bling. That's good. And this is not long enough. I need a wider one. All right, you guys. I'm going to do some finishing up, fixing. My head's going to be in there too much. And so I'm going to go and finish straightening things out. And then I'll come back and give you guys the final reveal when it's all perfect. See, my head's in there. Sorry. That's crooked, that's why. All right, you guys. I obviously need to pay more attention to what I'm doing. So I'm going to do some fixing and some fudging. And that's touching, and it shouldn't be. And fixing this area up here. But close enough. You guys get the point. And, of course, as always, I'll come back and do a final reveal for you guys. And so that's all I got for right now. Thanks so much for watching.